Hippos sweat the color red because it contains a pigment that acts as a natural sunscreen. Raccoons are extremely intelligent creatures. They can open complex locks in under 10 tries and even repeat the process if the locks are rearranged or turned upside down. They can also remember solution to problems for up to 3 years. Cow's methane creates just as much pollution as cars do. Dolphins only fall asleep with half their brain at a time, so they're only half conscious, which helps them from accidentally drowning. Snails can sleep for up to 3 years. The average shark has 15 rows of teeth in each jaw. They can replace a tooth in a single day and lose over 30,000 teeth in their lifetime. Oh wow. There are completely black chickens in Indonesia known as ayam cemani. They have black plumage, legs, nails, beak, tongue, comb, wattle, and even black meat, bones, and organs. Christmas Island is a small Australian island located in the Indian Ocean that every year sees 50 million adult crabs migrate from the forest to breed. It's known as the annual red crab migration. A flamingo can only eat when its head is upside down. Starbuck is a famous Canadian bull whose genome is so desirable that his sperm has sold for over $25 million over his lifetime. In this time, he has sired over 200,000 daughters. Giraffes can last longer without water than camels can. Elephants are constantly tiptoeing around. This is because the back of their foot has no bone and is all fat. An octopus has 9 brains, blue blood, and 3 hearts. Polar bears' hair is actually clear, and it's the light they reflect that makes them appear to look white. A chameleon can move its eyes 2 different directions at the same time. In one night, a mole can dig a tunnel 300 feet, 1 kilometer long in soil. The age of fish can be determined in a similar way to trees. Fish scales have 1 growth ring for each year of age. Fully grown giraffes only have 7 vertebrae in their necks, the same number as humans. When bats are born, they come out feet first, and in many cases, the mother bat hangs upside down so she can catch the baby in her wings as it exits the womb. A blue whale can consume 480 million calories of food in a single dive. Ants go to war just like humans, and they can, in fact, strategize by doing things like sending out the weaker ants to fight first. A giraffe's tongue is 8 inches, 21 centimeters long. It would take 1.2 million mosquitoes sucking once each to completely drain the blood in a human adult. Lions have the loudest roar of any animal, reaching 114 decibels at a distance of about 3.2 feet, 1 meter. It can be heard from over 2 miles, 3 kilometers away. Sloths can live up to 30 years and spend 15 to 18 hours a day sleeping. When the silk of a spider is stored in its body, it's actually liquid. It only hardens and becomes solid when it leaves the spider's glands and comes into contact with the air. Mosquitoes don't just bite you and suck your blood, they urinate on you before flying off. The largest living beings ever to have lived on Earth are blue whales. Their tongues alone can weigh as much as an elephant and their heart as much as a car. Humans have the largest brain in terms of brain-to-body ratio. The animal with the biggest brain overall is a sperm whale, weighing in at 17 pounds, 7 kilograms. Besides the crocodile's belly and top of its head, the rest of the skin is bulletproof. In 2001, a lion cub, bear cub, and tiger cub were found abandoned in a drug dealer's basement. They were soon adopted by a sanctuary and have lived together ever since. There's a chimpanzee in a Russian zoo named Zora that became addicted to booze and smoking after too many visitors began giving him alcoholic treats and cigarettes. In 2001, the chimp actually had to be sent to rehab to be treated for its addictions. In 2006, a rare grizzly and polar bear hybrid species was confirmed in Canada, called Paisley bears or Growlar bears. Global warming is causing polar bears' habitats to melt, so they find shelter elsewhere and end up mating with grizzlies. Crocodiles cannot stick out their tongues or chew. In order to drink, giraffes have to spread their almost 6.5 feet, 2 meter long legs apart just to get close enough to the water. Bed bugs survive longer in beds that are made, so scientists actually suggest that you leave your bed unmade once in a while, as it ends up being healthier for you. Pandas are the national animals of China. They are also only found in this country, and if you happen to see one in another country, they're on loan there. shark embryos fight each other to the death within the mother's womb until there's one survivor, which is the one that gets to be born. There's an insect called the Asian bug, which wears its victim's corpse as armor. There was a golden-haired Tibetan Mastiff puppy, which sold for 12 million yuan, or $2 million, making it the most expensive dog in the world. Unlike many other members of the cat family, tigers actually enjoy water and can swim well. They often soak in streams or pools of water to cool off. The skin of a honey badger is so thick that it can withstand machete blows, arrows, and spears. The only sure way to kill one is by using a club or a gun. Dolphins don't drink seawater as it makes them ill or could even potentially kill them. Instead, they get all their liquids from the food that they eat. There are giant hornets in Japan with venom so strong that it can melt human skin. Rabbits are able to sleep with their eyes open. They go into a trance-like state, which makes them only half sleep. The advantage of this is that in the wild, it allows them to be more alert and get away from predators in a hurry. It takes 12 bees a lifetime of work to create a teaspoon of honey. There used to be horse-sized ducks called tremornithids roaming around present-day Australia 50,000 years ago. Camels have 3 eyelids that protects them from the rough winds and deserts. Due to the placement of a donkey's eyes, it can see all 4 of its feet at all times. Slugs have tentacles, blowholes, and thousands of teeth. And praying mantids, 25% of all sexual encounters result in the death of the male, as the female begins by ripping the male's head off. The loneliest animal in the world is a male whale in the North Pacific, which can't find a mate due to the way it communicates. The whale's frequency is on another level and can't be heard by other whales. Depending on the species of sharks, they can either give birth to live young or lay eggs. A cockroach can live up to several weeks without its head. It only dies due to hunger. A man in Wisconsin took a photo containing 3 albino deer in the woods. The chances of this happening is 1 in 79 billion. An elephant drinks 34 gallons, 130 liters of water a day. Skunks have muscles next to their scent glands that allow them to spray their fluids accurately up to 10 feet, 3 meters away. There are 50 different types of candy super tiny species of antelope called the dik-dik, named after the sound they make when alarmed. Termites are currently being researched by scientists at UConn and Caltech as possible renewable energy sources. They can produce up to half a gallon, 2 liters of hydrogen by ingesting a single sheet of paper, making them one of the planet's most efficient bioreactors. In Japan, there are owl cafes where you can play with live owls while enjoying a drink or meal. Cats are one of the only animals that domesticate themselves and approach humans on their own terms. When ants die, they secrete a chemical that tells other ants to move the body to a sort of burial ground. If this chemical is sprayed on a live ant, other ants would treat it as a dead ant, regardless of what it does. Australia is home to the golden silk orb weave spiders, or arachnids, that are so big that they can eat entire foot and a half meter long snakes. There was a goat in Utah named Freckles that was implanted with spider genes as an embryo, and it's now known as the spider goat. She produces spider silk proteins in her milk, which is used to make biosteel, a material stronger than Kevlar. There's an insect called the tree lobster, which is almost the size of a human hand. They can only be found in one place, on the huge mountainous remains of an old volcano called Balls Island off the coast of Australia. Naked mole rats are one of the only animals to not get cancer. Crocodiles don't have sweat glands. In order to cool themselves down, they keep their jaws open. Crows have the ability to recognize human faces and even hold grudges against the ones they don't like. Jaguars in the wild are known for frequently getting high by eating hallucinogenic roots, which also increase their senses for hunting. Prairie dogs say hello with kisses. The smallest poisonous frog is only 10 millimeters in length, and it secretes a toxic poison from its skin as a defense mechanism. A scorpion can hold its breath underwater for up to 6 days. There's a fish called a black dragonfish that looks very similar to the creature from the Alien movies. The reason birds fly in a V formation is to save energy due to wind resistance. The birds take turns being in the front and fall to the back when they're tired. The African driver ant can produce 3 to 4 million eggs every 25 days. Polar bears evolved from brown bears somewhere in the vicinity of Britain and Ireland 150,000 years ago. The fastest land animal is the cheetah, which has a recorded speed of 75 miles, 120 kilometers per hour. A jellyfish has no ears, eyes, nose, brain, or heart. If 2 rats were left alone in an enclosed area with enough room 10% of their original size. A camel can drink 53 gallons, 200 liters of water in 3 minutes. Male puppies will let female puppies win when they play, even though they are physically more powerful, to encourage them to play more. An Indiana state prison allows murderers to adopt cats in their cells to help teach them love and compassion for other living things. The infinite monkey theorem states that a monkey hitting keys at random on a typewriter for an infinite amount of time will eventually type out any given text, including the complete works of William Shakespeare. Cockroaches were here 120 million years before the dinosaurs. The most popular animal for a pet is freshwater fish. Next comes the cat, followed by the dog. Baboons in the wild have been known to kidnap puppies and raise them as pets. The smallest known reptile in the world is the Brucacia micra, which is so small it can stand on the head of a match. In Moscow, stray dogs have learned to commute from the suburbs to the city, scavenge for food, then catch the train home in the evening. There was an orangutan named Fu Manchu who was repeatedly able to escape from his cage at the Henry Doorly Zoo in Nebraska. It was found that he was using a key that he fashioned out of a piece of wire. The reason he was able to do it so many times and kept getting away with it was because every time the zookeepers inspected him, he would hide the key in his mouth. Pigs are physically incapable to look up into the sky. There are over 1,200 different species of bats in the world, and contrary to popular belief, none of them are blind. Bats can hunt in the dark using echolocation, which means they use echoes of self-produced sounds bouncing off objects to help them navigate. In 2006, a study done by Alex Thornton and Catherine McAuliffe at Cambridge University showed how adults meerkats teach their youngest pups how not to be stung by scorpions, one of their main sources of prey. First, they bring dead scorpions to pups. Then they bring ones that are alive but injured. And eventually they work their way up to live prey. Most of the camels in Saudi Arabia are imported from Australia. China is home to half of the pig population on Earth. There are 1.2 million species documented in existence today. However, scientists estimate the number to be somewhere around 8.7 million due to extinction. However, we may never know the exact number. Grasshoppers have ears in the sides of their abdomen. There are miniature wolves in the Middle East that only reach about 30 pounds, 6 kilograms. In comparison, the largest wolves in the world found in Canada, Russia, and Alaska can reach up to 175 pounds, 80 kilograms. There's a dog named Faith that was born with no front legs, but learned to walk on its hind legs. The dog and its owner demonstrate that even a dog with a severe disability can live a full life. There's a 34-year-old chimpanzee named Kanzi that not only knows how to start a fire and cook food, but knows how to make omelets for himself. There's a lake in the country of Palau called Jellyfish Lake, where jellyfish have evolved without stingers. These golden jellyfish are completely harmless to humans, and you can even swim with them. In 1997, a 17-year-old merino sheep named Shrek in New Zealand ran away and hid in a cave for 7 years. When he was finally found in 2004, he had gone unshared for so long that he had accumulated 60 pounds, 27 kilograms of wool on his body, the equivalent to make 20 suits. Mike the Headless Chicken was a famous chicken from 1945 that was beheaded by a farmer for his dinner, but continued to live for another 18 full months. Oh my goodness, wow. Lobsters taste with their feet, tiny bristles inside a lobster's little pincers are their equivalent to human taste buds. Manatee ants are an ant species unique to New York City. Biologists found them in a specific 14-block strip of the city. All dogs are banned from Antarctica since April 1994. This ban was made because of the concern that dogs might spread disease to seals. Alright guys, thank you so much for hanging out with me. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. Yes, we read from 1,144 Random, Interesting, and Fun Facts You Need to Know by Scott Matthews. We did animals today, so I hope you guys enjoyed it. And if you did enjoy it, please liking the video lets me know that you enjoyed it and you want more of this content. So we will be picking up next time from Art and Artist. If you have not subscribed, please subscribe.